Now in this lecture we will do some observation to understand the relation between the total derivative and directional derivative and total derivative and continuity. So let us start. So suppose f from S to Rm, S is a subset of Rn, is a function and f is differentiable at C in S. S is contained in Rn. So because f is differentiable, so as we have done, there exists a linear transformation Tc from Rn to Rm which satisfies this equation. F of C plus V is equal to Fc plus Tcv plus norm of V ECV, where ECV is going towards 0 as V is going towards 0. Now in the above expression, if we put V to be equal to HU, this is U, where H is a non-zero real number and V is what? V is also a vector. Small enough so that C plus V is contained inside S. Now f of C plus HU, so in this formula we put HU in place of V, so f of C plus HU is equal to FC plus TCHU plus norm of HU ECHU, and this is f of C plus HU minus FC we can write is equal to, because TC is a linear transformation and H is a real number, so we can take H out, so H times TCU is plus norm of HU ECHU. So we can divide both sides by H, so we divide it. Now we know that TC ECV is going towards 0 as V is going towards 0. So if H is going towards 0, then this quantity will go towards 0. So this quantity will go towards 0, so it means if we take the limit H is going towards 0, then this will go towards 0. This whole will go towards 0 because this is a bounded thing, and this is going towards 0, so the whole limit will go towards 0. Now there is not any H in this TCU, so it will remain as TCU. So it means TCU is equal to the limit H is going towards 0, f of C plus HU minus FC upon H. Because TC is a linear transformation, so TCU is a well-defined term. So it means this limit exists. So it means the directional derivative of f at C in the direction of U exists for all U, and the value of the directional derivative is nothing but the value of the image of U under the linear transformation TC. So this is true for all U not equal to 0, but even if U is equal to 0, then TCU, because linear transformation is sending identity to identity, so TC of 0 is 0, so f dash CU is 0. So again this f dash CU is defined for all U. So what does it mean? If total derivative exists at a point, then all the directional derivative at that point exist, and the value of the directional derivative in a particular direction U is same as the image of that direction under the linear transformation TC. Okay. So again, once again, so for U in Rn, f dash Cu is equal to TCU. What does it implies? It implies that the total derivative exists for all the directional derivative, for all direction. So it implies that if total derivative exists, then all directional derivative exists, and the value of directional derivative of f at C in the direction U is the image of U under TC, that is this. Now also, when directional derivative exists means all the partial derivative exists. So if we determine dkfc, then dkfc is f dash c ek, and that is equal to tc ek, where ek is the kth coordinate vector. Now again, suppose U is in Rn, then U can always be written as a linear combination of basis vector, that is e1, e2, en. So u1 e1, U is equal to u1 e1 plus u2 e2 up to un en. So TC is a linear transformation. If you will apply TC on U, then it will give you TC of u1 e1 plus up to un en, that is equal to u1 TC e1 up to un tc en. This is by the property of linear transformation. But tc e1 is the first partial derivative of f at c, so d1 fc, and similarly tc en is the nth partial derivative, so this is dn fc. So it means if you want to determine the directional derivative of f at c in the direction u, then it will be actually the linear combination of partial derivative. But this formula is valid if this total derivative exists. If this total derivative does not exist, then this formula is not valid. We will give an example for it. Yes, the above formula is valid if total derivative tc exists. If it does not exist, then this formula is not a valid formula. Now come to the next observation. Suppose f S contained in Rn to Rm is a differentiable at a point C in S. Again, by definition, f of C plus V is equal to Fc plus TCV plus norm of V ECV, where TC is the total derivative of f at C and ECV is going towards 0 as V is going towards 0. In above formula, if we take V is going towards 0 on both sides, so in this formula, I take V to be V is going towards 0 in both the sides, this side and this side. Then what will happen? Let us see. So what will happen? Limit V is going towards 0, f of C plus V is equal to limit V is going towards 0, FC. V is not present in this FC, so FC is a fixed number, so it will remain as FC as you can see. And now limit V is going towards 0, TCV plus limit V is going towards 0, norm of V into ECV. Now ECV as V is going towards 0 is 0 and this is also going towards 0, norm of V will be 0, so whole thing is 0. So this can be written as limit V is going towards 0, f of C plus V is equal to Fc plus limit V is going towards 0, TCV. Now what is TCV? V is a vector in Rn, so V can be written as a linear combination of the basis vector of Rn, that is a standard basis e1, e2, en. So we can write it as summation I is varying from 1 to n vi ei, because TC is a linear transformation, so TCV is equal to summation I is varying from 1 to n vi TC ei. Now again V is equal to V1, V2, Vn implies if V is going towards 0, then each of its coordinate will go towards 0. V is going towards 0 means the whole vector is going towards 0, means each of its coordinate Vi is going towards 0. Now take the limit in this vector, limit V is going towards 0. So this side also you will take limit V is going towards 0. Limit V is going towards 0 means the Vi is going towards 0. So this is limit Vi is going towards 0 and summation I is varying from 1 to n Vi TC ei. So because Vi is going towards 0, so you will put Vi here 0, so the whole thing will become 0. So it means what? It means in this expression, V is going towards 0, f of C plus V is equal to Fc and this is also 0. So finally what we will get is that limit V is going towards 0, f of C plus V is equal to Fc. So f is continuous at C. So what does it mean? It means that if directional derivative exists, then the function is continuous at the point where the if the total derivative exists at a point C, then the function is continuous at the point C. So total derivative implies the continuity of the function. So total derivative exists at C implies f is continuous at C. Now consider again the example number 3 which we have done in the previous lectures. So the function f of xy is equal to xy square upon x square plus y to the power 4 if x is not equal to 0 and 0 if x is equal to 0. For C is equal to 0 0 and u is equal to a1 a2, we have f dash 0 0 a1 a2 is equal to a2 square upon a1 if a1 is not equal to 0 and 0 if a1 is equal to 0. This we have calculated in the previous lecture. So in this way, if you take d1 f00, then it will become f dash 0 0. This we have done in the previous lecture. And directional derivative in the direction 1 1 we have also determined. But as we have told you that one formula that is not valid if directional derivative is, if total derivative does not exist. So what was that formula? If we want to determine f dash 0 0 at 1 1, then it will be the sum of linear combination of partial derivative. So let me again show you the formula. This formula, let us see that this formula is valid for in that example or not. So f dash c uu we are going to determine, and uu we have taken to be 1 1. So in this case, so we have taken u to be 1 1. So f dash 0 0 1 1 is equal to 1 times d1 f00 plus 1 times d2 f00. So 1 is equal to 1 dot 0 plus 1 dot 0. So 1 is equal to 0. How is it possible? This is not possible. So this formula is not valid. So what is the problem with it? The problem is that this function is not differentiable. Why it is not differentiable? We have in that example seen that the function is not continuous at 0 0. Just now we have observed that if the function is total derivative exists for this function at a point c, then the function will be continuous. Because the function is not continuous, it means the total derivative for this function does not exist. So this is the example where we can see that this formula is not valid, and that is because the function is not differentiable at that point. So we will see another observation in next lecture.